We are headed to go see the Phoenician Scheme. We are seeing the new Wes Anderson in theaters. We're all stoked.
We're scheming.
We're Phoenicianly. So stoked, in fact, we had to pre-game by watching Bottle Rocket, Wes Anderson's first movie. If you want to watch that in the watch party format with us, you can check that out over at patreon.com/District22Studios. We'd love to see you there. It was fun watching it, the three of us, and you too can have fun watching it with the three of us.
I recognize this assassin.
Oh no.
Suicide pedal.
Where's the father? Take this miserable sin into the company.
Here we are. We're fresh out. We're fresh out the theater.
Fresh out, dude. Fresh out and as melancholy as ever to be leaving a Wes Anderson world. That's what I always feel at the end of them, is a tinge of melancholy. I'm always sad to leave.
That's a really good point. Yeah, man. Like, just throughout, moment after moment, you're just like, wow, what am I watching? Because it is just like, it's just a spectacle. Like, yeah. Every aspect is something you're not seeing unless you're stepping foot into a Wes Anderson film. It's not something that you're just gonna like, oh, I happened upon something that was like this. No, man, you're sitting down, you're watching this thing, and you're getting to view a story through a lens that is just wholly unique.
Yeah, I just know, to your point, nothing is left to chance. It's not by hazard that this looks this way or that way. And it just a meticulous vision like that, and exercise, or just executed that, I don't know, that specifically. We just don't always get that, frankly. You're just not seeing a ton of that. And but you always see it with Wes.
What was one of your favorite, like, because it's, you know, there's always like the set. What was one of your favorite sets from this, or sequences? I'll go first.
Yeah.
The opening credits.
Yeah, that was
like,
a really good one.
Just that overhead shot of him in the bathtub, dude.
Heck yeah.
Just how long it went, the color of the text blending in like seamlessly with the tile.
No, for real.
Like,
the color picker that was like, okay, the back, like the drop shadow needs to be this, the stroke needs to be this, and the inside text is going to be this.
Yeah, and how it's just like it's lit perfectly, just like even but not flat.
Yes.
And just like, I was just like, who laid the tile for that?
Yeah, and
like,
we'll combine with the choreography of the nurses coming in and out too, and like 3 different doors to enter one bathroom. It's insane.
That's funny.
But it's all well designed and well choreographed. I really enjoyed it.
Dude, that's funny you say the choreography there, because there's a minute where like one of them takes like a left turn before she runs into the like text, and I was just like, you placed him perfectly, surely.
Yeah, dude.
Like there's no way you didn't.
Yeah.
Like
so fun. And yeah, so that for me, that was just one of those that's just like, it's smooth and, like you say, just orchestra. It's music, man. Here. So good. So that was one of them. Obviously there's too many to pick from.
Well, just what a way to start it all off. Like we're talking about just the opening credits. We're just like, oh my gosh, like it's it's sumptuous, frankly.
Well, I think for me, the first scene when we get to his house, when she arrives and like she's led into the great room and then he's led into the great room, like it was so cool, because in that moment I was like, is this a miniature or is this a legit set that they make? Because so many times when I watch his Wes Anderson movies, I get like, is this a legit built set or is this a miniature or what is this? Because it's just so perfect that you don't think it's real. And then when they actually walked in and sat down at the table, I really enjoyed that. Whole
you're
setup.
wondering, how deep is this? Like, at what point does the perspective get cut and we're looking at a matte painting or something? But it's just like, the whole thing.
I think from Grand Budapest onward, it was like, oh, so this is expert level stuff. Everything you learned in your stop motion, you're just like, why couldn't we bring that into real life? Everything from like fake clouds, the way he does them, and there's some great fake clouds in this movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Great fake clouds, great fake airstream from like Jetstream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do yours before we move on. What was
okay, so this one, I don't know if this quite fits your criteria, but just a set that stood out in my mind is at the very end of the movie, without giving anything away, there's a moment inside of like a restaurant's kitchen And when the three of us were watching Bottle Rocket the other night, there was a scene in a it's a hotel, but it's just like an industrial kitchen there. And I was reflecting on what we said and thought about like him photographing a kitchen at that time, using what he had, versus here now, over 25 years later, here he is in that setting again. Person with a dirty apron, loose wine bottles, but like how something was choreographed there, and just, I don't know, to just look back at the road, that was a thing that struck me there.
That rules.
I liked that at the very end when, not to give anything away, but the chair that was up against the wall, that was like on a hook to pull it up. One of those little things in that scene that I was like, that's cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like you say, maybe, this is more podcast material than review, but just the contrast between the two, seeing him young, first film, clear ambitions to be able to do that, but just working with what he had and what he could do. Mm-hmm. And then, you're seeing him now pull it off for, just time and time again.
I think it's evidence of the freedom that he's been granted by, first film, your limitations, but now, Wes Anderson's doing a movie for our studio. Greenlight that, yes, of course. Like, let's do it. Let's give him this. I think that it shows the freedom that he's been given over the years.
Well, just to have a home at Focus Features, to know that Indian Paintbrush and American Empirical are just like in your corner. Stephen Rails is going to produce that movie every time, and you're going to be okay.
Well, and that's I guess, so what's the frequency that we're looking at? Because we have he did the things on Netflix, the few like short films, right? Those are the most recent.
And that was the same year as Asteroid
It was
City.
the same year. I was going to say, I feel like they're pretty quick.
2023.
So 2023, 2 years. And then before that, what was before that?
So French Dispatch was in 2021, so that was another 2 years. He's gotten more frequent. There was a stretch where it really wasn't the case.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is it's just like he's 2 years to turn around something like this is still insane. Like that's still such an accomplishment. But just, I don't know, not rushing. You could nothing about this feels rushed. And not like we expected it to. It's kind of like this whole thing, this whole review is just kind of like, guess what?
Great, just like we thought it would
exactly.
be. Right,
you get exactly what you want, and it tastes just as good. It looks just as good. Mm-hmm. It's just as warm as ever. It's great. The characters, so fun. The dialogue, so tidy.
Oh, always.
And I don't know. I have only been through his filmography once. Mm-hmm. So I'm not as well versed as you guys are, but especially you, Tyler. I don't know. I'm feeling like on this one, I was just excited by how many, you hate to say experimental style of shots and just editing of compositions, particularly some that we won't talk about in this review, but if you go to the spoiler section on Patreon, you could hear more.
Get spoiled.
The negative switching over, the super close, just the crash zooms that we're getting a few times, I don't know, those just felt extra. I don't know, maybe he's just stretching and kind of working a new muscle, kind of, I guess. I agree with that, because the negative stuff, we haven't seen him do that before. Yeah. There was a moment during the big showdown with Benedict Cumberbatch. There was a Dutch angle shot, and I wanted to make some joke oh, he did a Dutch angle. But no, he did Dutches in Asteroid City at the end there when they're sitting in in Willem Dafoe's acting class thing. Oh, and those are Dutch, and he's doing different things with the light there that honestly felt a little dark for Wes at the time. And same here, I remember before this had a title on IMDb, the pitch was there's espionage. I think they used the word scheme, I forget, but they emphasized it's a darker movie for him. And this is Wes's version of dark, but also there was kind of a few things that had kind of a hard edge to him. Just him flexing potentially some different muscles there, at least stylistically. So how about performances? What was, if you had to pick? Oh man, who's your MVP? Who's your GOAT? Obviously, these will change, but just right now, fresh out the gates. I was about to say let's not pick Benicio, if that is, just because he's. Man. But if you want to, you can. If you want to, you can. Sure. I won't pick Benicio del Toro. I was gonna say maybe cameo. We'll go cameo. Not cameo, but just supporting character. There you go.
I'm gonna have to give it. Michael Cera really,
Yeah.
he crushed it. Like I was really
Yeah.
thoroughly impressed with it. Like everything that he did, I was like, wow, great acting, great
Yeah.
delivery. I think he held his own for sure.
Dude, yeah, he's funny. I feel like I haven't seen him in a movie in a minute, save for like Dream Scenario. I don't know. So very welcome to see him here.
Well, and that's all. That's one of the main things I've been hearing and seeing on like social media is everyone's just like, how has this union not been made before? Like, how has Michael Cera not been in a Wes Anderson film?
Truly.
He fits here perfectly.
Yeah.
He does. He absolutely does. I would say for me, I really enjoyed Richard Ayoade.
Oh, of course.
His vibe
That
was
was my next one.
too good.
Yeah.
Spot
The
on.
shooting the chandelier, dude. Just over. Why are you shooting my ceiling?
Why are you shooting my ceiling?
This is a robbery on behalf of...
I understand that. I'm asking about my ceiling. You idiots are destroying a magnificent nightclub.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, I know that.
The same three movements.
It's a
in
robbery.
base.
Yes, take it and go.
Yeah, dude. Freaking yeah. But anyways, his vibe, his look,
Yes.
just the characters surrounding him, the other communists that are with him, dude.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. There's so many wonderful ones, but listen, for my money, Riz Ahmed as this prince.
Yeah.
Like oh my gosh, for so many reasons. The gifting of the dagger was just a fun little device there. And just, yeah, his general demeanor, I was just like, man, I just could watch tons more of you here. Like, there's a whole movie with him for sure, and I pray he'll be in another West there. But
Yeah, just like what you said, the way you put that there. That's what West. You're like, I'll follow any of these characters.
Yeah.
If suddenly just the main character stick got handed over to any one of them,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here for it. I'll watch another movie. But then also, gratefully, he doesn't do that. He's not like, oh, you like this character? Okay, I'll go make this little side project with. No.
Yeah.
I'll
Not
just make another one that is also great and utilize these actors that I've come to just have a great relationship and rapport with.
Here.
Yeah, overall, just wonderful time. And, I'd watch it again immediately. And that's the thing about a West, dude.
Oh yeah.
You watch it and you eat up the same things every time, but then you can look in a different corner of the frame
Yeah.
for the whole movie and experience something totally new. And it's too good, man.
Yeah, man. I would also just add right to that, just like most comedies, like you laugh so hard you miss a line, and then you get to come back the next time and hear different jokes. This movie is dedicated to someone. I don't know the exact relation, but Wes Anderson's partner, Juma Malouf, I believe is how you pronounce her name there, whomst Moonrise Kingdom was dedicated to. Whoever this movie was dedicated to, was in memory of. What also had the last name Malouf, so I don't know if it was a father-in-law, maybe a brother-in-law, but I don't know, a stirring thing there for sure. Like that it was like a connection there. Like it makes me want to look up who it was and see how that could have possibly informed what was made here, frankly.
Yeah, sorry, a kid almost just ate shit on his
hell yeah.
scooter.
Hell yeah.
A small part of me was like, just eat it right.
So sorry.
here.
Talking about like death.
Listen, in memoriam, the kid that's
Oh
struggling
my
on his
gosh.
scooter right now.
Jeez, in memoriam.
I'm so happy you said something because I was like,
R.I.P.
I'm gonna lose it.
Like, yeah, I was
Kid
like,
falls down.
I'm so sorry. Anyways,
No,
but
you're
yes.
good. Yeah.
And I mean, hey, that's the past two movies that we've seen have been,
Yeah, dedicated to someone. Yeah,
So-
Bring Her Back was, and then this one was. So, yeah. Continuing right off that thought, I just wanted to take a moment to also say it was intriguing to see Wes Anderson deal so much with, like, faith. We see churches in his movies. We see people, like, of faith, at least briefly, but for this one to have a main character who is preoccupied with that, and to spend a more than I would have expected chunk of the movie ruminating on those things. I haven't seen that from Wes Anderson before, and it makes me wonder, like I was saying, the dedication, like if it isn't tied into that, or just what's on Wes's mind right now in terms of belief,
And that's what's so fun to see. Just, a director that gets the opportunity to tell stories frequently enough that you get to see them just grow. And
what are they into right now?
Yeah, view the world differently, not change your opinions, but like, you know, just like what what do
opinions
you
evolve.
exactly. And it's a cool thing that, you know, we don't get to see with everyone. And like especially when you're telling such original stories where you can just kind of focus on whatever you want, whatever type of relationships you want. It's I agree, because once again, not as familiar with multiple viewings and stuff, but I had that same thought. I was just like, how old is he? What's his family situation like what are all of these things that could potentially be just putting into the story that he's telling here. Oh man, what a picture, huh?
An American Empirical Picture by Wes Anderson.
Oh.
Fancy that. Feel free to head over to Patreon for the spoiler review. That's patreon.com/District22Studios. It is free. You do not have to pay for the spoiler reviews. But if you want to watch our commentary track for Bottle Rocket, you do have to pay for that. Watch that movie with us. It's a real treat.
Support the studio, all right? That's what you're doing. When you go to Patreon, all you're doing is helping us build the studio, make it better, be able to make more movies, tell our stories. So we appreciate you. Love you. Love y'all.